Victory Tower is a challenging event that instills confidence, aggressiveness, and teamwork. Soldiers negotiate several rope bridges, ladders, and a cargo net. Drill sergeants teach the soldiers how to rappel down a 40-foot wall.
Towards the wall. Big freaking jump. Big jump. Big go. Big go. Let's go. Keep going. And jump. And jump. And jump. That boy. Way above your target. Over your target. Way over your target. Alright, let go. Wave it. Nope. Let go. There you go. Alright, jump down.
Put your gloves on. Come on. Over there.
Alright, start to go down the wall. Release the brake. Danny, walk down, Danny. That's all you gotta do. Take this hand and come out. And walk down. Put all your tension on the rope. Put all your weight on the rope.
Hands first. Right hand, left hand repel her, right hand, right hand.
Hey, you stand there. Are you really, man?
Squat, jump, and go. You jump.
Just rescue the chain.
You roll with the right hand.
Here you go. And jump.
Ready, look at the wall. Look at the wall.
And jump.
The way you're going to grab this harness is you're going to grab it with that jig facing away from you. That jig is facing away from you. If it's facing towards you and you can read it, you're wrong. Alright, just like in the mornings when you put your pants on. It's got a waist strap and 2 leg straps.
Let go with that hand and wave back. You understand now, training? Yes. Put your hand back on the rope. Sit down on the wall. Put your hand out to your side and walk down the rope. Lean back, training. Put your hand out to your side, not in front, not that way, training. Hey!
Right hand, right, and walk down. It's on you. Put that brake hand behind you.
Leg 2, rappel.
Put 2 hands on.
Hey, buddy.
Hey, why don't you be prepared to lift up here and
Yeah.
In order to do that, the 2 leg straps gotta go above your cargo pocket, training. Above your cargo pocket. Above the cargo pocket left.
Next. Right hand, right hand. Come on.
Sit down.
Okay, so everybody else face me. Everybody else face me.
Stay 2 on the power!
Outstanding. All the way down. Keep going. Tiny little hole, guess what's gonna happen? Either not gonna fit, or you're gonna damage the mask while you're trying to point your head in.
Soldiers learn to recognize and react properly to the dangers of chemical, biological, radiological, and nuclear attacks at CBURN training. Classes are given to inspect, clean, and properly fit the M50 protective mask. They also are instructed how to don, clear, and seal the mask in a chemical, biological, radiological, and nuclear environment.
That is some spicy air. Spicy.
Those are the parts of the tourniquet.
When we go to apply a tourniquet out of
Medical simulation training marks the culmination of the Soldier's Combat Lifesaver course. Here, the soldiers must put into practice the medical skills they have been taught. Soldiers will demonstrate treatment and evacuation of casualties.
Friction adapter, all right? Just below that friction adapter is this plastic rod. This plastic rod is called your windlass. Windlass. This is what you're going to twist to tighten down that tourniquet to make sure it's tight enough to cut off blood circulation. Below the windlass is this windlass is very quick.
With a loop.
Next, if you have a time strap on that tourniquet, Velcro it off to one side, get it out of the way.
4, 5, use only one arm. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, only one arm. Ready? Right leg, right leg, right leg. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. All right.
Again, you're using two hands, Blair.
Wait, you got one more turn.
All right, if you say so.
Get it in the windlass twist.
Hey, understand, this is go, do your left leg. Understand this, that means that your right hand, you went towards the left side now. Also, understand that as fast as possible, so that you can stop that bleed. Once you have it on, go ahead, hold your hand up in the air so I know you're done.
All right, so next, listen up. Next, you're gonna take both hands. And again, that red tab should be on the outside. So if you pull the slack out, you're gonna pull it with your right hand. So you're gonna pull slack up and away from the body. If you're pulling the slack out in between your legs, you're wrong. Take it all the way off and make it right. Get it on tight. Get it on tight. Good.
Ready?
Hold it back up. Dojo.
Hey, make it easy for a trainer. You're training how to drag you out. Make it easy for them to drag you this way. Hey, orient yourself so that they can train right. Over the nose and mouth. Down further. So much. There you go. Be quiet. Keep your hands.
Fit to Win is an endurance course that has 15 different obstacles that a soldier must negotiate. They jump over walls, crawl through culverts, climb cargo nets, and crawl under barbed wire. Soldiers will negotiate this course up to 3 times during the training cycle.
Come on, Campbell, let's go. Easy. Come on, go for that time.
If you've already gone, be safety.
Yes, sir.
If you've already gone, be safety.
Come on, guys, let's go. Come on, let's go. Go, everybody through. Everybody through. Hands over the head. Come on. Let's go. Got it, boy. Don't you quit. Come on. Get those hands above that head, Henderson. Come on, Spartan! You alright? Yep, ready. Ow. Come on, guys. Side step. Hey, my man, got it. Get a balance up. Yeah. Oh, God. Come on. Slow down. Get lower.
Keep your hands on your back.
Lower. Next. Roll off. Let's go.
Hey, so you're
Come on, Victor.
outside.
Come on, Victor.
You gotta get low.
What's up, Paulin? Yo, go, Paulin. Go, Paulin. Yeah. Whoa. Guys. I was just there.
Grazing fire is fire 1 meter off the ground. Goes up to 900 meters. That's why we do this. 1 meter off the ground.
What is not even? It's all.
On the confidence course, the soldiers work together to solve mental and physical challenges. A series of 24 obstacles test balance, physical strength, and mental endurance. There are 4 trails that consist of several obstacles to include the Slide for Life, Berlin Wall, 5 Walls, the Skyscraper, and the Victory Slide.
Let me get a little power jump or something.
Really, you can do a countdown, right? 1, 2, 3. So I jump back down and up a little bit. I want to try to jump.
You gotta keep moving
Wait. Hey, Gomez, get on the wall. Gomez, get on the wall. All right. No, but I cannot go out. I'm going to say Gomez gets back on the wall. They said not supposed to wait until like last time to train him.
Hey, are you guys done? I'm moving on. There you go.
James said, get my foot. Oh, that's good. Okay, okay. Confidence then.
You got to do it. You have enough time.
Let's go, a whole platoon. Let's get us already. Let's go, keep going. Keep going. Almost, come on.
Let's go, Nick.
The next person that falls incorrectly, you won't complete the rest of the course. And have fun. That's a graduation requirement. I'm tired of repeating myself.
Yes.
You got it, George. Good job, George. You got it. Just that on. Just that on. That's on, George.
Yeah, there you go. Granny, put your...
Now start walking down.
Come on.
There you go.
Come on.
Oh. It's slippery, but you're going to be fine. You think you got yourself.
Listen. Remember that talk we had during dinner when we ran to the bathroom? Remember
Oh,
that?
shut up. Now you gotta be-
During rifle marksmanship training, soldiers are taught how to maintain and fire the M16 rifle. They learn how to engage stationary and pop-up targets at distances from 50 to 300 meters. The goal is for all soldiers to qualify on computerized ranges. Soldiers fire 40 rounds of ammunition when qualifying. Depending on the number of targets hit, soldiers are classified as an expert, sharpshooter, or marksman.
Left, shoot one more time. All right, hold you out. Hold your gun.
Next firing order for familiarization fire. Move up and build house.
At Omaha Range, soldiers test their ability to move over, through, and around obstacles in the face of fear, danger, and physical adversity. They learn to take cover, return fire, and maneuver toward an objective using coordinated movements with their battle buddy.
Enemy front.
Watch out! Two enemies, 12 o'clock, 20 meters.
Enemy front. Put on safe. Let's go. Stand up, baby.
2 enemies, 50
about it.
meters. 2 enemies, 50 meters, 12 o'clock.
Two hands on your weapon. Okay, watch that. Let's go, tap rack, reassess. Tap rack, reassess, let's go.
Lock rates, not just keep flopping on the ground.
Yes, Sean. Two hands on the weapon. Go, get up. Two hands on the weapon.
Bang, bang.
Bang, bang. Bang, bang. Bang, bang. Bang, bang.
Hey, those individuals that just up the range, those are part of freedom. So make sure they don't go over there.
Bang, bang. Bang, bang. Bang, bang.
Bang, bang.
Bang, bang. Bang, bang. Bang, bang. Bang, bang.
Bang, bang. Bang, bang. Bang, bang. Bang, bang.
Don't slide. Point post bro. Bang, bang. Point.
Bang, bang. Bang, bang. Bang, bang.
Bangalore.
Bang, bang. Bang, bang. Bang, bang. Bang, bang.
Frag out.
Get down, you.
soldiers' knowledge and training are put to the test with an external evaluation. Outside examiners check the soldier's proficiency in a number of skills, from hand signals and map reading to weapons maintenance and medical tasks. This testing determines if soldiers are qualified to participate in basic combat trainings, culminating field training exercise.
Grace, put the protractor underneath the map. From this point forward, you will not use your pen or protractor until I tell you to begin. Understand? Yes. All right, two things you're going to have to do with your map. Determine an 8-digit grid coordinate.
What map has it now?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Are you sure? What's that? No, like the degrees of acid, the degrees and numbers. All right? It should be a number of degrees between 0 and 306. 200 by 50 meters of that black block. If we were to go walk out into that grid that you write down, that black block is within at least 250 meters of my location, so I can go to it. Understand? All right, everyone understand what I'm saying? Big circles or little, or big squares or little squares?
Little square.
All right, so what size triangle is that you're going to use?
50 meters.
Little triangle, not the really little triangle, but the one that matches the size of the square. Keep the map and protractor on the ground. You're going to move forward to myself and start flying, and we're going to grade you. Understand? Yes, sir. What's your question? You can write it anywhere on the scorecard you want, but we prefer you do it on the back side on the ball.
Battle buddy return fire, battle buddy use the cover, battle buddy perform self-heal, or battle buddy play down with 5 rounds. Cyanosis, nausea, sweats,
Go ahead, stop right there, go back.
push the auto before
So try it again.
What did you forget?
Squeeze hold.
Go ahead, run low them for.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of the Commanding General, Brigadier General Jason E. Kelly, and a Post Command Sergeant Major, Command Sergeant Major Philson Tavernier, welcome to United States Army Training Center and Fort Jackson for the graduation of Companies A, B, C, D, and E Company from the 3rd Battalion, 34th Infantry Regiment, 165th Infantry Brigade. Please stand for the invocation given by Chaplain Colonel Shabazz.
Please bow your heads. God, we come before you this morning because the last 10 weeks have been tough, grueling, and long-suffering, but we knew you were there. During the struggle and the pain of the road marches, we thought we wouldn't make it another step, but we knew you were there. During the early morning long runs, sit-ups, and push-ups, we thought it was overwhelming and we couldn't get through another day, but we knew you were there. During the cold nights and the early mornings of the CPX, the scorching heat of the BRM, we said to ourselves, what are we doing here? This is not for me, but we knew you were there. God, we stand here today as steely-eyed warriors ready to defend our nation at a moment's notice because you were there. And God, as always, we pray for our brothers and sisters who are on the front lines of democracy, who are in the foxholes of freedom. Keep them safe from all hurt, harm, and danger. Let Fort Jackson say, amen.
Please be seated. The purpose of today's ceremony is to recognize the commitment of the men and women you see standing in formation before you today who have chosen to serve their country as soldiers. This review is the last official formation of the training cycle. Not everyone successfully completes this difficult period of training, but those in formation today represent disciplined, motivated, physically fit soldiers who exemplify the Army's 7 core values: loyalty, duty, respect, selfless service, honor, integrity, and personal courage. They are imbued with the warrior ethos and display the tenets of putting the mission first, never accepting defeat, never quitting, and never leaving behind a fallen comrade. This is an important day, and these soldiers can take great pride in their accomplishments. To the parents, families, and friends of these soldiers, Fort Jackson extends a very warm and sincere welcome. We are justifiably proud of them and are truly honored that they have chosen to join our ranks. Please direct your attention to the left of the formation. The units marching today from your left to right are the 282nd Army Band under the direction of First Sergeant David Newcomb, graduating soldiers from Companies A and B, the Battalion Color Guard, and graduating soldiers from Companies C, D, and E. Identified by their distinctive headgear are the drill sergeants. These dedicated non-commissioned officers form the backbone of the Army's training center system, selected based on professional competence, leadership ability, and years of service. These men and women undergo intensive training to earn their right to wear their distinctive hat and insignia. With the drill sergeant hat goes the important responsibility of molding civilian men and women into soldiers. The commander of troops for today's ceremony is Major Michelle Walker, who serves as the executive officer for the 3rd Battalion, 34th Infantry Regiment. She and the battalion staff are positioned on the field. The reviewing officer for today's graduation is the commander of the 3rd Battalion, 34th Infantry Regiment, Lieutenant Colonel John P. Wanya. On his left is Command Sergeant Major Thomas E. Blair II, the battalion's senior non-commissioned officer, master trainer, and principal advisor to the commander. Commander of Troops will now bring forth the colors and persons to be honored. Competence and commitment are the hallmarks of professionalism. The soldiers and drill sergeants coming forth will be recognized for their excellence of training and duty performance and serve as examples to all. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the playing of the national anthem. It is appropriate for soldiers in uniform and all armed forces veterans to salute the American flag. We ask our civilian guests to please remove your headgear and place your right hand over your heart as our national anthem is played. Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. The soldiers most responsible for the training of these outstanding soldiers are the drill sergeants, who are carefully selected by the Department of the Army. The drill sergeant's campaign hat and badge have been a stoic symbol of professionalism and pride since 1962. At this time, the drill sergeant of the cycle for Echo Company, 3rd Battalion, 34th Infantry Regiment, Senior Drill Sergeant Cortez, will recite the drill sergeant's creed.
I am a drill sergeant. I will assist each individual in their efforts to become a highly motivated, well-disciplined, physically and mentally fit soldier, capable of defeating any enemy on today's modern battlefield. I will instill pride in all I train, pride in self, in the Army, and the country. I will insist that each soldier needs to maintain the Army standard, military bearing, and courtesy, consistent with the highest tradition of the U.S. Army. I will lead by example, never requiring a soldier to attempt any task I will not do myself. But first, last, and always, I am an American soldier, sworn to defend the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, both foreign and domestic. I am a drill sergeant.
Ladies and gentlemen, Lieutenant Colonel Wanya and Command Sergeant Major Blair will now present the awards. The outstanding drill sergeant of the cycle for the 3rd Battalion, 34th Infantry Regiment is Senior Drill Sergeant Peter Cortez from San Antonio, Texas. The soldier leader of the cycle for Alpha Company is Specialist Luke Pesdertz from Centennial, Colorado. The soldier of the cycle for Alpha Company is PFC Sophia Leon Herrera from Charlotte, North Carolina. The soldier leader of the cycle for Bravo Company is Private Justin Watson from Houston, Texas. The soldier of the cycle for Bravo Company is Specialist Joseph Menown from Coventry, Rhode Island. The soldier leader of the cycle for Charlie Company is Carmine Tafani from Mount Wolf, Pennsylvania. The soldier of the cycle for Charlie Company is Specialist Julia Sakai from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. The soldier leader of the cycle for Delta Company is Specialist Jacob Menders from Fredericksburg, Virginia. The soldier of the cycle for Delta Company is Specialist Jason Sylvie from Tyler, Texas. The soldier leader of the cycle for Echo Company is Specialist Ryan Kaiser from Great Falls, Virginia. The soldier of the cycle for Echo Company is PFC Logan Fawcett from Kentland, Indiana. The outstanding NCO of the cycle is Sergeant First Class Juan Lamone, who serves as the S3 NCO. The outstanding cadre of the cycle is Specialist Roger Barton, who serves as the S4 Specialist. The outstanding civilian of the cycle is Ms. Janice Brown, who serves as the motor vehicle tech for the S3. The outstanding program manager of the cycle is Ms. Sydney King. Ladies and gentlemen, the commander of the 3rd Battalion, 34th Infantry Regiment, Lieutenant Colonel John P. Wanya.
All right. Well, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. How's everybody doing up in the stands? All right. Well, I hope everybody who was able to attend Family Day had a wonderful day reuniting themselves with their soldier. If you do not have that opportunity, then I would like to take this moment on behalf of the Post Commanding General, Brigadier General Jason E. Kelly, and the Post Command Sergeant Major Tavernier, to welcome you all to Hilton Field and the graduation for 3rd Battalion, 34th Infantry Regiment. In a moment, I'm going to introduce our guest speaker, but before I do that, I would like to recognize a few of our distinguished visitors. So our guest speaker today is the Commanding General of Fort Sill, Major General Kenneth Camper. Sir, thank you for attending. We're joined today also by the Commanding General of Fort Jackson, Brigadier General Kelly, and the Post Command Sergeant Major Filson Tavernier. Also in the stands, we are joined by Command Sergeant Major John Rains, the Command Sergeant Major of the Army National Guard, as well as the commander of the 165th Infantry Brigade, Colonel Kent Solheim and Mrs. Solheim,
the Command Sergeant Major of 165th Infantry Brigade, Command Sergeant Major Guadarrama and his wife, Mrs. Guadarrama. Also with us is the Command Chaplain of Central Command. You've already heard presenting our invocation this morning, Chaplain Colonel Khalid Shabazz. And to all my other peers, battalion commanders and battalion command sergeant majors in the stands, thank you for joining us this morning. Ladies and gentlemen, this morning's guest speaker is the Commanding General of the Fire Center of Excellence at Fort Sill, Oklahoma, Major General Kenneth L. Camper. General Camper was commissioned artillery officer in 1989 from the United States Military Academy at West Point. Since then, he has commanded at the battery, battalion, brigade level, as well as the commander of the Army Operational Test Command. He is a veteran of Operation Iraqi Freedom, Operation Atlantic Resolve, and Operation Inherent Resolve. So please join me this morning in giving him a round of applause and welcome him to the podium.
All right, so I'm reminded by my wife, Krista, keep this kind of short, but we should savor the morning because this is a special day. I guess we got jobs here. My job's to talk for a couple minutes. Your job is to listen. Let me know if you finish before I do. So I'd say good morning. Thanks first to John Kelly. Thanks for inviting me out here. Good excuse to get out from Oklahoma and see South Carolina. And thanks for your leadership here too, Jason. It matters. More than that, thanks to all the commanders and command sergeants, majors, and first sergeants and drill sergeants and other cadre members of the 3rd of the 34th Infantry Battalion for your leadership as you serve in a position of special trust in our Army. And really, and we see it every Thursday at graduations, America's moms and dads send their sons and daughters to our Army, and they trust us. So you're part of that special trust, and I appreciate y'all's leadership. Special thanks to representatives from Senator Graham's office and Representative Wilson's office. Thanks for being here today as well. We welcome the family and friends, both here in person and out online, of the soldiers out on the field who are going to graduate today. Best I can tell, you got every right to be proud of them on this graduation day. Round of applause. So on this graduation day, these men and women represent service to our nation. They've taken an oath to defend, support, and defend the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic. And the next line of that oath reads, "And that they will bear true faith and allegiance to the same." The words of this oath, it's not just an Army thing, but it's codified in Title 10 of the U.S. law, which is approved and put into law by the United States Congress. These words, with some slight modification in 1962, date all the way back to the founding of our country, back to about 1789 when that was codified. These words are an important part of our democracy, where folks in our military don't swear an oath to a person or to a party. They swear an oath to support and defend a Constitution, which is a set of ideas that's foundational to the freedom that we enjoy in this country. These men and women on the field before you today wear the colors of our nation on their right shoulders, with the words of U.S. Army over their hearts. They each, as individuals and together collectively, represent service to our nation. On this graduation day, these men and women represent our nation's 1%. And what does that mean? Now, John Kelly's, taught calculus at West Point, so he'll give you the math lesson, but, these only 29% of Americans, 17 to 30 or so, are even eligible to serve in our military. And the 1%, where does the 1% come from? In our country, only about 1.4 million folks are in the uniformed services out of 330 million, less than 1%. They represent the 1% today. And on this graduation day, these 902 soldiers represent diversity, both in ethnicity and gender, and also in their backgrounds and experiences. They represent a cross-section of America. You know, it's funny, the youngest is 17, the oldest is 38, 5% are over 30. Generally, it's a young person's sport, but you know, there's a few older ones in there. There's one firefighter here in the crowd, one New York Police Department detective. 16 folks have associate's degrees, 51 have bachelor's degrees. There's even 2 PhDs out here, computer networking and education, allegedly. Here's what I like. You know, they're all Americans here, right? I mean, this is America. The melting pot of America. The fact is, some soldiers in this crowd out here were born in Colombia, Guyana, Nigeria, Guatemala, Jamaica, Mexico, Cameroon, Micronesia, Venezuela, American Samoa, Guam, Ecuador, Ethiopia, Dominican Republic, Honduras, Brazil, France, Ghana, Haiti, Philippines, Puerto Rico, South Korea, Russia, and India. And I probably missed one. But this is America, and we are a melting pot, and our diversity is what makes us stronger. These soldiers represent America. They each matter. They each serve as an important teammate on the United States Army team, where we believe in people first because winning matters. So on this graduation day, I'll close with 3 points for these soldiers who are our newest teammates. First, our Army values are important. As diverse as we are in our Army, it's our Army values that bind us together in service to our country. Our values are of loyalty, duty, respect, selfless service, honor, integrity, and personal courage. These values are the reason the American people trust and have great respect for our men and women in uniform. Our conduct, our day-to-day behaviors must represent and be consistent with our values. Second, be fit and disciplined. Physical fitness grows mental toughness and resiliency. And physical and mental fitness and resiliency are what help us overcome adversity. And you know, of course, in this life and in our Army, adversities come into all of us sooner or later, as individuals and teams. Together, with fitness, discipline, combined with our Army values, all that stuff helps us overcome adversity in a positive way. And lastly, always remember the Army is a people business. Each person matters. Each person is a valued member on our Army team. We care about each member of our team, and we respect each member of our team. Each person on our team has strengths and weaknesses and has goals and dreams. And on our team, we are stronger together when we know each other, when we care about each other, and when we respect each other. And all that leads to the fact that we'll trust each other. So on this graduation day, these soldiers wear the cloth of our nation. We're incredibly proud of them. We wish them well as they move on to the next step, the next challenge, and that is AIT. Now, I'd spell that out, but I think you all know what that means. So on today, I think we should get on with the graduation. Victory starts here, people first, and winning matters.
Today's soldier is above all a warrior, adaptive, confident, and competent. As a soldier, you are totally committed to the warrior ethos, grounded in Army values and determined to destroy the enemy of the United States of America. The United States Army Soldier's Creed embodies this commitment. To the soldiers on the field, the uniform you wear at this moment is more than an outward display of your vocational choice. You have chosen to serve this great nation, and you are a willing and able protector of the freedoms fought so arduously for by all who have gone before and those who will bravely come after. You have become what you set out to be, a soldier in the United States Army. The Soldier's Creed is your declaration of your unshakable commitment to the ideals this nation was founded upon and will continue to guarantee. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand as the Distinguished Honor Graduate, Specialist Kaiser from Echo Company, leads the soldiers standing before you through the reciting of the Soldier's Creed. Please be seated. In consideration of those around you, we ask that you please remain seated and in the bleachers until all soldiers have passed the reviewing stand and the conclusion of the ceremony is announced. As you are approached by the American flag, it is appropriate to rise and remain standing until it has passed to your right. Once the ceremony has concluded, family members of awardees may meet their soldiers under the canopy located to the left of the bleachers. All other family members and friends, please meet your soldiers on the field once instructed by the narrator by respective companies. Reviews can be traced to the Middle Ages when rulers, as a way of showing their strength, were likely to have military ceremonies. In the American Army, reviews were originally outlined in Baron Frederick von Steuben's Blue Book and practiced by Revolutionary cadets. A review consisted of 4 stages: a formation of troops, presentation honors, an inspection, and a march and review. Today's reviews has incorporated 3 additional stages: honors to the nation, remarks, and a conclusion. The presence of the band or military music represents the significant role that the drum, fife, and other musical instruments have played throughout military history for signaling in camp or on the battlefield. The presence of the colors at the center of the formation represents their presence at the forefront of the unit during the heat of the battle. The 3rd Battalion, 34th Infantry Regiment can be traced back to the early 20th century when the 34th Infantry Regiment was organized on July 15, 1916 in El Paso, Texas. 34th Infantry Regiment participated in World War I, seeing action in France before the war ended in 1918. In between World War I and World War II, The regiment served in numerous roles, from being the first test bed for motorized infantry and riot control. Past the reviewing stand is the commander of troops, Major Walker, and the battalion staff. The 282nd Army Band is under the direction of First Sergeant David Newcomb. The drum major is Sergeant Nigel Brown. Company A is commanded by Captain Kate Lewis. First platoon is led by First Lieutenant Brown and trailed by Senior Drill Sergeant Santos. Second platoon is led by Senior Drill Sergeant Johnson and trailed by Drill Sergeant Bermudez. Lieutenant Holbrook and trailed by Drill Sergeant Vigil. Fourth platoon is led by Senior Drill Sergeant Tamora and trailed by Drill Sergeant Tucker. In the rear of the formation is the First Sergeant, First Sergeant Matias. Ladies and gentlemen, as you are approached by the American flag, it is appropriate to rise and remain standing until it has passed to your right. Company B is commanded by Captain Vu. First platoon is led by Senior Drill Sergeant Wagner and trailed by Drill Sergeant Wood. Second platoon is led by Senior Drill Sergeant Young and trailed by Drill Sergeant Worley. Third platoon is led by Lieutenant De Leon and trailed by Senior Drill Sergeant Antle. Fourth platoon is led by Senior Drill Sergeant Discipolo and trailed by Drill Sergeant Woodard. In the rear of the formation is First Sergeant Prakash. Last in reviewing stand is the color guard. The color guard is led by Drill Sergeant Schroeder. Company C is commanded by Captain Gonzalez. First platoon is led by First Lieutenant Songrant and trailed by Drill Sergeant Daughtry. Second platoon is led by Senior Drill Sergeant McCord and trailed by Drill Sergeant Ching. Third platoon is led by Senior Drill Sergeant Joe and trailed by Drill Sergeant Helfenfinger. Family members, you are reminded to please remain seated until all soldiers have passed reviewing stand. Fourth platoon is led by Lieutenant Coleman and trailed by Drill Sergeant Candelero. In the rear of the formation is the First Sergeant Vaughn. Family members, please be seated. Company D is commanded by First Lieutenant Bonacorsi. First platoon is led by Senior Drill Sergeant Drain and trailed by Drill Sergeant Burt. Second platoon is led by Senior Drill Sergeant Amy and trailed by Drill Sergeant Yarborough. Third platoon is led by Senior Drill Sergeant Belton Jr. and trailed by Drill Sergeant Crump. Family members, please be seated. Fourth platoon is led by Senior Drill Sergeant Chase and trailed by Drill Sergeant Boussiere. In the rear of the formation is the First Sergeant Vasquez. Company E is commanded by Captain Palmer. First platoon is led by Senior Drill Sergeant Fuentes and trailed by Drill Sergeant Blackburn. Second platoon is led by Second Lieutenant Flandreau and trailed by Senior Drill Sergeant Gleick. Third platoon is led by Senior Drill Sergeant Wheeler and trailed by Drill Sergeant Andino. Fourth platoon is led by Senior Drill Sergeant Losineski and trailed by Drill Sergeant Foster. In the rear of the formation is the First Sergeant Bailey. The 34th Infantry Regiment will operate and serve in the Pacific region during World War II under the 34th and 41st Infantry Divisions. The 34th Infantry Regiment will become famous during the retaking of the Philippines in 1945. On 16 February 1945, the 3rd Battalion amphibiously assaulted Crigador, known as the Rock, and assisted the 503rd Parachute Regimental Combat Team in capturing the island. 3rd Battalion would earn the moniker Rock Force as a result of the intense fighting to capture the island from Japanese forces. Today, the 3rd Battalion, 34th Infantry Regiment is a basic combat training battalion at Fort Jackson, South Carolina, that transforms 5,700 volunteers into United States Army soldiers every year. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the Army song and please remain in the bleachers until the conclusion of the ceremony is announced. Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes today's ceremony. We ask that you please remember to take all trash and personal items with you as you exit. Please enjoy the rest of your day. Have a safe journey home. Victory starts here.